Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Duo Gaming for the night. It is Adventures Anonymous tonight, and Jury's introductory last night we didn't have everybody. Had a bunch of people missing, and we may not have anybody next week. I have a convention that next week on Saturday, and we'll probably do a game night if I get back in time. Probably gonna stream it this time and let you guys join in if you want.
How dare
Um,
you have a social life?
I know it's like I always am here on Saturdays, sitting in this very chair,
Just
almost
waiting
like
for us to mosey.
waiting
almost
for
like I-
everybody else.
It's like I printed you things specifically for this. How dare you want to use them in public?
I mean, if you want, I could.
Give us a
It is.
preview.
I mean, I think we should.
It lights up. It's not completed yet.
Oh,
But
it looks so good.
It does light up. It's painted. We're getting there. I still got
Oh.
wires hanging out the bottom, but we're getting there.
Oh, it makes me so happy to see it every single time. That looks so good.
Anyway, yeah, we're here. Kyrius is going to be joining us a little bit late tonight. Lachlan and Mineo are absent, and it's just us for now. So, without further ado, I'm going to toss it over to Okami.
Yes, welcome back, everyone. Yes, so our dear Mineo is going to be on a little bit of a temporary hiatus, so he won't be in for a few more weeks just due to some personal stuff going on. He will be back. Don't worry. And I think we will go ahead and jump back in for where we left off. And where we left off was deep in the underbelly of Cypher's former castle, standing at a magical circle with orbs that had been placed into receptacles where our dear adventurers had experimented slightly to try to see what was happening, and Rain and Lachlan, having both put their hands in the circle, had been able to feel their magic be pulled out of them through their fingertips, and everyone had been able to see wisps of magic leaving. Tanzanite, the only non-magical person in our little group, had stepped in, suffered no ill effects, and only been gripped with a desire to go back to the castle. She had been pulled out, and our group had continued forward, now with a new goal in mind: to search for the missing orbs. Rain and Halstrom had put the first set, the set of wind and the set of earth, into the appropriate locations, while Kyrius and Yurei investigated a door. Yurei commenting on the master craftsmanship of these locks being surprisingly terrible before continuing on. So we pick up with Yurei and Kyrius standing before the now unlocked door.
Yes. And I'm going to open said door.
Get on the floor, and then everybody does the dinosaur.
I see
Right.
books.
Yes, you do see books. So, Yurei, as you open this, you see into what appears to be a library. You see that there is, in fact, a little bit of a walkway going around, and the walkway itself actually leads downward. But it's pretty easy to see over the edge. It's not that far over. It's not like it's a big, thick wall. It's just a nice little stone balustrade. And you see a creature in the back corner of the library, apparently sitting down, holding a book very delicately as it reads.
I'm just gonna turn around and There seems to be some sort of entity in there reading the books.
Do you know what kind?
I can go greet him.
Well, I mean, what do they look like? Let's make some non-judgmental assumptions.
He looked like he was made of tomes.
Like a book dragon?
Perhaps more of a book construct?
Ugh, boring. Well, it's a library. I love books. Let's go. Are there any traps? Because I'm not trying to blow them books up.
I'll go check. Want me to roll perception or investigation?
Investigation, please. And are you trying to sneak, or are you not worrying about it? Because it doesn't seem the creature has. It seems the creature has either not noticed you or is paying you no attention.
I figured since my footsteps are muffled, he probably won't notice me.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation.
Ooh. We have the character actually selected. Investigation, right?
Yes, please. How far out are you searching?
I'm just searching along the walkway.
Okay, yeah, you find no traps. You find more dust than anything.
Walk on back. The coast is clear, as far as I can tell. Guess we could mosey on into the Oop, that was not what I meant to do. Mosey on into the library. Maybe we can find some good research while we're there.
Yeah, boy.
Deet, 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 deet.
Augie's like cautious but bouncing on the balls of her feet. Like, oh yeah, there could be bad things here, but give me the fucking books.
Do you say anything out loud?
No.
Okay.
I'm not that bright, but I'm also not that dumb
Fair enough.
today.
You're doing fine.
Oh, thanks.
Ding, ding, ding.
Just gonna casually walk around the perimeter.
Okay. And Augie, as you walk, your footsteps are very quiet, even quieter than normal. Like your footsteps are almost as quiet as Yurei's as you walk along this corner, and you see this creature, and it just appears to be just kind of settled in the corner, very delicately reading a little book. And you'll notice as it turns the page, it just very carefully uses 2 fingers to just very gently flip the pages, and then it goes back to reading.
I would like to whisper to Minnie Zypher, hey, what is that thing? Do you know?
Okay, give me just a moment. All right, so yes, as you summon Minnie Zypher, he appears in a puff, and he looks over, and then he very quickly puts a little hand on your mouth, and he's very much shushing you. And Rain, he kind of leads you back into the hallway a little bit, and he's just very quietly whispering, "Yes, that's the book. That's the tome golem. If he hears you talking, he will make you be quiet. This is my library. He was created as a guardian, so just shh. Make sure he doesn't hear you talking. Otherwise,
What will he do if we take books?
Well, as long as you don't damage them, as long as you return them, he won't care. He's a librarian after all."
Noted. Okay. I will attempt to pass it on. Can I whisper in there?
You can whisper, but you have to make sure that you're quiet. Make sure that you're standing next to the person that you want to whisper to. Otherwise, he might hear you. His hearing is very good. But as long as you're talking in library appropriate voices.
Gotcha. Okay, thanks.
He just gives you a little thumbs up.
Meanwhile, Augie is like giving her themselves like the best accolades in their head. Like, God damn, I've gotten good at sneaking around.
I'm going to make sure that the people behind me, namely Scratch, because Kyrius isn't here, knows not to talk loudly, and if he does have to communicate with someone, whisper from right next to the person.
Scratch, where are you? Are you next to Rain?
I am, but I'm invisible.
That's where his token is.
If you mean that one, that is the little cannon.
Oh, I am zoomed out way too far. Okay.
It's like I don't
I am
think Scratch
invisible.
Okay.
When did you go invisible again?
When we went through the doorway.
Ah.
Very good.
All right, well, I'm going to announce it to the magic circle room and hope that he hears me.
Okay, so are you like shouting? Are you calling out loudly?
No.
Okay. So you're just kind of like poking your head back in, letting people know, and coming back in the doorway?
Yes.
Okay. Augie, you notice the golem kind of looks up a little bit, looks around, looks at you, and goes back to his book.
Okay.
I would like to then go around and, probably starting with Ure, relay things quietly.
Okay. If you can find him, because he's much further into the library at the moment, so you'll probably find Scratch and Salt first.
Whisper.
What? What is it?
Whatever you do.
Scratch, I need you to roll me a D100 real quick.
I mean, do you insist?
Okay. So, Tamsin has relayed the information to Salt. And Scratch, when you said what, he looked over at you and said in a normal talking voice, but not a library appropriate voice. She said that we need to make sure we're talking quietly in here, and if we have to talk to someone, we are whispering when we're next to them. Entirely unprompted by you.
God fucking damn it.
And so Augie, Yurei, Halstrom, Rain, and Scratch, you see the golem look up, turn, and it locks eyes on Salt, and it uses its reaction. So Salt needs to perform a DC 15 Wisdom save, as this creature it's carefully holding the book, and it brings a large finger up to its mouth and goes, shh. And Salt is fine. He just kind of looks at the golem, puts a finger to his lips and his mechanical mouth, and just kind of nods.
Okay.
And then the golem goes back to reading.
Well, hopefully that saves me the trouble of having to relay that to Augie and Ure too.
Pick it up when it's putting down.
Yeah, I've stepped up to the shelf and I'm looking for anything that like pertains to family records, the apprentice's name popping up anywhere, and always looking for Dawnfather references.
Okay. Yude, are you looking for anything in particular?
Yude's gonna be bold enough to approach the golem.
Okay.
And
give me just a second. Was
Yeah.
anybody else going to look through the books?
I'm going to inform Hellstrom about the no damaging or taking any books. Like they probably cannot leave this room, or we won't leave this room alive.
Hallstrom manually lowering his Vox speaker. Understood.
And then while Yuri's doing his thing, I'm just gonna do the same to Augie.
Okay. All right. So while you're talking to Augie, we'll go ahead and we'll do Yurei. Augie, give me an investigation roll, please. Okay. So Yurei, you walk up to the golem, and it's not paying you any attention. It kind of looked over as you approached, and went back to its book.
Trying to be as polite in a quiet voice. Pardon me, Mr. Golem. Do you have a name?
It just kind of like, so it's holding the book, it looks over at you, and it just
Speaking
kind
in
of
undercommon.
it just kind of, and you notice it just kind of reaches up towards its head, and it pulls out a bookmark from somewhere, carefully inserts it to the book, closes the book, and puts the book on its head, and it turns to you, and in a very surprisingly soft, quiet voice, it just goes, I am the keeper.
Greetings, Keeper. I figured you might be the attendant of this library. Might you be able to help me find some research?
I am the guardian of the tomes. What knowledge do you seek?
I seek trading manuals in regards to Lady Raylith's order.
And he just kind of nods his big head. You are one of her students, correct?
In a sense, that is correct, sir.
Do you follow the lady's teachings?
Fortunately, I do not know all her teachings, but I do try to stick to the shadows and work that my way from like that.
He just kind of nods. And he gets up, and he slowly just kind of lumbers towards the back. And as he's walking, you can all feel the dull boom, boom of his steps. But you notice, Yurei, that even as he walks through what should be tight gaps, the books around that he's made of just kind of seem to all shuffle and move around so he's not stilled. And he comes to the back corner, and he reaches up very gently and plucks a book off the shelf and passes it down to you. And can you read Undercommon, or can you only speak it?
I can read. If I have it, if it's listed under languages known, I can also read it.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was still a language, if that was a full language known, or was just one that you had learned. Okay, so yes, so you can read it, and it says in very, very old Undercommon, it reads out, "The Beginner's Guide to Shadow Steps, Light, Darkness, and You."
Quietly chuckle to myself at that title.
And the golem just kind of nods. This is a good place to start.
Thank you,
Before making his way back to his corner and settling back down in for his book.
Yurei gives him a polite bow and finds a nice spot to sit and read.
Very good. Augie. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm just gonna clear the rubble from this chair and sit.
Adorable. Augie. So, you were looking for books about lineage, you were looking for things about the apprentice, and you were looking for things about Pelor, right?
Yeah, I typed a lot into the search engine.
You did. You're really putting this search engine to work.
I used a lot of percents and ampersands.
Oh, you wrote the real nice technical way. Very good. Very
Yes,
good.
yes,
Really,
yes.
really refining that search.
Yeah, as much as an 8 will allow.
Hey, just because you didn't find what you're looking for doesn't mean you were precise. You just may have been too specific. You may have been looking up too many adjacent categories.
Always too specific.
So yeah, so you're kind of thumbing through these books, and you can tell that they're all in an even older dialect of Undercommon, because you're able, with the Elvish that you know, you're able to pick up 2 or 3 words from the occasional book, but a lot of it just doesn't make a lot of sense. You find a couple books about the Calzala family heritage that are very old and seem to end with Zypher and Raylith. They seem to be the oldest record of the Calzala family heritage, but nothing seems to be modern.
I hate being dumb. Can't read. I don't say that out loud. In my brain, I'm berating myself for not being intelligent. Not being able to read this nonsense. But, you know, I'm just going to kind of look for keywords and then...
Wait, who has the Beginner's Guide to Undercommon booklet on them?
I need to do some translations.
It would not be me, because I cannot learn a language from a book.
I know you already gave it to one of y'all.
Probably Lachlan.
Probably.
They like stuff and things.
And
Augie, since Rain is right next to you, if you're looking through books, she's just gonna like look over your shoulder,
Oh,
and if you're like
my eyebrows
squinting at something,
struggling.
then she'll like reach over and just like read specific words for you quietly.
okay.
Teamwork
I just
makes
hand
the
the
dream
book
work.
over, and I'm like, "Can you tell me if any of this is important?"
So yes.
What would you like me to roll, oh glorious DM?
Well, for this book, I won't make you roll anything because, Augie, the book that you're holding is the family tree record. It shows Raylith and Zypher's parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents, etc., etc. For a few generations, actually.
I lean over, like seeing the names and stuff, and I say, "Do you think if we go behind the stacks and change all of Rylith's names to Rylan, that we'll die?"
I think that would count as damaging a book to the golem. Yeah.
It's not damaging. It's righting a wrong.
I'm not sure he would understand that.
But what if he doesn't see it happen?
I don't think that makes it better.
Agree to disagree.
Mini Zypher, who's still hovering around at this point, just kind of pipes in. I can have it fixed later. I forgot I had family records down here.
Thank
And then just kind of
you.
peers off.
Crisis averted. And then I go on looking for Pelor symbol.
Okay.
Well, that's their shtick.
At that point, I'm gonna go look for spell books, specifically in the homunculus vein.
Okay. Halstrom, what are you looking for?
looking for records for possible technologies of the Underdark, since with how old that device in the upper room was, seems advanced for how old it is.
Okay. And Scratch, what are you doing?
I'm not sure I trust all of this.
Okay.
You want Hellstrom to roll investigation?
I will in just a moment.
Okay.
Something just feels weird.
Okay. Are you investigating any of the books? Are you checking around anywhere else? Or are you just kind of waiting for the others to finish up what they're doing?
Are you gonna tell anyone you think there's a trap and we're all gonna die? Or are you just gonna let us all die?
Scratch doesn't want to make everybody worry just yet. I mean, it's just a feeling.
Asking for a very anxiety-prone country bumpkin.
Y'all do not want to see me fighting here.
Augie doesn't want to fight in there because they would be very sad about the books.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Scratch
They
is
know that a
also
lot of people use fire.
pondering how Salt spoke without a voice box. But that's another story. Scratch is
Have you
just
secretly taken the spirit of someone and stuffed it in your robot?
maybe.
Augie's gonna throw you off the show.
I guess quietly, I guess he'd look for, I mean, what he always looks for, dragon magic or anything of that nature.
Okay.
But yeah, he's gonna stay alert with that passive perception.
Yeah.
And just yeah, something's tingling the wrong way.
What? Are you saying you don't trust me?
Something scary in the library.
Would I do something like that?
Everyone nods vigorously.
But yeah, going to stay invisible, just
Okay.
quietly looking out for dragon magic tomes,
Okay.
and keeping Salt by the door. Yeah, we're just gonna keep our wits about us and not get too engrossed in studies.
Okay. So, Scratch, Rain, and Hellstrom all give me investigation rolls, please.
Fantastic.
Can I use the one I already did?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'm sorry. I didn't
Sweet.
see that. Jeepus.
You said investigation rolls?
Yes, please.
Investigation.
Imagination.
Now, if that's not
win.
high enough,
I think it's time to use it. That's probably
you know,
just
I
not
think
high enough.
I think
mean,
it is.
I can justify it not being high enough.
How many times have you used that in the day?
That would be number for today. Where is it?
One
Glass,
87.
Tinker's Guild Ring, Javelin. That would be the second time today. I have 3 remaining.
Very good. So yes, you get your flash, and very good. A total of 30. Yes. So Rain, we will start with yours. You were able to. What was it you were looking for? The
So-
homunculus magic, right?
Yes, so specifically, I was looking for elemental transfiguration.
Okay. Yes, actually, you're able to find 2 books. One appears to be a journal from someone who's not named, but is very clearly different handwriting. It's not Zypher's handwriting. Talking about how it seems so strange that simulacrums can only be made of ice and snow. It would make so much more sense to use other elements. And this appears to be an experimental journal logging this person's attempts They've had a modicum of successes with using earth elements. They've had very little success using wind or air elements. And fire is 50-50. Sometimes they work, but they don't live very long, and sometimes they are explosive failures.
I wouldn't mind that, to be honest. I'm gonna take notes.
Okay. And then the other book that you find appears to be more like a textbook for, it's essentially a beginner's guide to crafting a simulacrum. And you notice that some of the pages have been edited by the same hand with different notes being made about, add to -1, no, don't do, not worth it, things like that.
So what I'm hearing is that if I use lava, which is a combination of earth and fire, then I can make simulacrum.
I mean, you can sure try.
I'm damn well going to, but not in here. So yeah, I will spend probably the rest of the time that we're in this room taking notes, unless someone asks me to translate something.
Okay. Hellstrom, you were looking for technology texts, and
Yep.
Okay, you find you find actually 3 books about the technology. You find another journal, apparently one of Zypher's journals, detailing the construction of the machine and how he's never fucking doing that again. This was the stupidest thing he created, but damn, it was worth it. You also find a journal from another source. This one is a similar handwriting to what you've seen before, but doesn't quite seem the same. Talking about how it isn't fair that these two get all the credit. It isn't fair that these two get recognized for everything. And then the third book you find is another book, seemingly in that other hand, that again, it talked about the construction of the device, about how that day was so special you would swear that it was like gods had been born.
Alsham's gonna kind of nod and take note of that and just keep reading, hoping to find any potential blueprints.
Right. And Scratch, looking for books on dragon magic.
Mm-hmm.
You find 2 different books that apparently are very similar things. Because you find a book about the raising and caring of young red dragons, and how to watch out for their magic, because especially when they're young, they're known for their bouts of fire, they're known for their temper, and if you aren't careful, they will try to bite you.
Okay, this is
Hey,
stuff I
sounds
knew.
like Rain as a young teenager. But
And the other book you find is very similar, but it's written in Draconic. And it talks about how you read it as the Young Red Dragon's Guide to World Domination.
Okay.
And this book talks about young red dragons harnessing the power of their fire breath, and how to truly let out an impressive blast. You need to feel the fire deep in your soul and your belly. You summit it up and you unleash it upon your enemies. And talking about how dragons have natural abilities for magic, making them the superior creatures. And this is very much a book about. It's very much, it's the Young Dragon's Guide, how to be the best at everything.
Makes sense.
And that's pretty much what you find referencing or talking about dragon magic. There doesn't appear to be much in this library. Most of the books that you find that you go through are about elvish magic, and most specifically necromancy, and you actually do find a little bit about the life domain, but it's mostly necromancy.
Okay.
And different areas of study that Zypher and Raelith and whoever else lived in this castle seem to have dabbled in.
Got it. And we've decided we can't keep the books, correct?
Yes.
That's what I thought we decided.
Hey, Carius is here.
Perfect timing!
So
The
yeah,
library.
I would just keep quietly reading
Okay.
and keeping my wits about me.
Okay. Yeah, you've seen this golem. He's not hiding. You've seen him reading this book very gently, very delicately. And he'll just occasionally sigh or make a noise, and will just occasionally look up and look around at you guys, but hasn't said anything beyond the conversation it had with Masaru, and hasn't tried to shush anyone else.
Okay.
So, Kyrius.
Yes.
You guys have gone in through the next door, the door that you had watched Yude unlock and shun and delightfully roast the manufacturer of the lock. And you had been informed, we're down in the library. You had been informed by Rain to, if you have to communicate or talk to anyone, to do so next to them in a whisper. And there is a golem made of books, occasionally watching you guys, but it has not presented any hostility.
I'm sorry, are we in this door?
You are in this door here. The one that you are right next to. Yes.
Okay.
Down through that door is the library.
And where is said golem?
He's the big boy in the corner.
Oh yeah. How did I miss that?
Scroll a little farther down on the map.
Okay.
But yeah, you've seen him. He's just kind of sitting there, hanging out, reading a book. Occasionally, he'll kind of pick his head up and look around at you guys, and then go back to his book. Yude, so where you're standing, you can see Yude on the chair over here, studying and reading a book. You can see Rain and Halstrom and Augie, or at the very least, Rain. You can't see Scratch anywhere because he is invisible again. And Salt is over by the other door here.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize. I thought you were just catching me up.
I mean, I am, but it's also you're next.
I guess I would just peruse the titles of the books in the library a little bit.
Okay.
I bought books on Fae things before we left the airship, and then never got to read them because they are still in my room in the airship.
Fair
So I would like to see if I could find any titles or any books dealing with that.
Okay. What languages do you know?
Oh, you're asking me questions on my character sheet now?
I am asking you questions on your character sheet now.
Stand by.
Gosh, how do you not have your entire character sheet memorized?
That was one of the things I said about the new D&D movie is that at some point in the movie, somebody should have just been like, oh, I forgot I could do this, and show something they hadn't shown all movie.
Yeah.
I think that would have made it way more realistic. I speak Common, of course, Dwarvish, Elvish, Giant, Gnomish, Goblin, and Orc.
Okay. So, as you're perusing the titles, a lot of these books are in a very, very, very old dialect of Undercommon, but speaking a little bit of speaking and knowing Elvish, you're able to pick out a few key words for stuff. So go ahead and give me an investigation roll to see what you can find for the Fae.
Can we pretend that I have advantage on this?
I mean, we can pretend, but you know,
Okay.
everything with pretend, it's make believe. So.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, as you're perusing the shelves, you're able to find a few books that seem to contain references to the Fae, but you're just not sure. They make references to the Fae, but you can't quite figure out if they're what you're looking for. You actually find quite a few books that reference the Fae and talk about them, but I mean, you can't really read them. You can pick out enough that's basically don't make deals with the Fae and don't say thank you, and very basic stuff that you're able to put together. But as far as specifics, you're not quite able to pick it out.
Okay.
Okay. Did anyone have anything else they wanted to do in the library?
No, Rain would spend her entire time taking notes about this thing.
Okay.
Augie is gonna walk to the back and quietly slip one or two of their pop-up books in.
Okay. As you do that, the golem kind of picks his head up and kind of looks over where you are. Please make sure all books returned are returned in their proper location. If you do not know the proper location, please put them in the returns cart. And then he kind of shuffles a little bit, and you see next to him is this tiny little cart that's 3 feet long by only about a foot wide, with 2 books on it, and a dusty sign.
Well, he gave me a nod earlier, so I believe that we're best friends already. So I'm just gonna walk my little self over there and put my books in the return cart.
Okay. He kind of looks at the books and looks at you. Thank you for your donation.
And I just curtsy and walk up to the door that we gotta go through next.
Very good. Yeah. He just kind of goes back to his book. All right. Anything else before we continue on our way?
Is there any pertinent information learned from this beginner's book?
Yes, actually. You have learned that you have been stealthing correctly, and Raylis will be very proud of you. And you learned that Raylith's original organization name was the Order of the Raven. And you also learn that traditionally, with the Order of the Raven, children were brought into the order as young as 8 years old, or the equivalent thereof. Very, very young prepubescent children were brought into the order and were trained from a very young age to be spies and assassins, and they were trained in the arts of infiltration and subterfuge. And you've learned some older techniques that apparently have been lost to time.
Oh.
You haven't had a chance to practice the things that you've learned, but you now know the theory behind Ryland's Shadow Step.
I'm going to take some few minutes to write down this research. That way I can not have to worry about taking the book from the library. Just the relevant
over their
information.
shoulder, and then I'm like, it's no time to be getting smut techniques. We gotta go.
This will only take 3 minutes.
That's
write down.
what he said. Usually it's not that long.
Ooh.
I'm gonna use an invisible mage hand to slap Augie upside the head.
Look, for some people, Constitution is a dump stat. Okay.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes it's not about the length of the journey. It's about the adventures had. Everybody knows this.
Look, if I blink and my adventure's over, I done didn't have it.
And you know what? Sometimes you just gotta have a big.
How long have you been, no pun intended, sitting on that? Let's be real, pun intended. How long have you been sitting on that?
That was very well done, sir.
Thank you.
You killed our DM.
Hey, that's what too
As
much
a
can do
good,
for you.
yeah, as a good bleep joke should.
I have a button for it.
You gonna be alright, love?
Didn't I do this to her last time?
Yes.
No, it was the time before that, and it's when you sprang on me that you wanted me to do the intro, and I panicked.
The show must go on.
Right, the smut must be copied down.
Hey, roll something to smack Augie.
I mean, you can give me a mage hand. You can roll me a strength to attack.
It's a love tap, baby.
I mean, he never specified he was hitting you hard, so Augie, you just kind of feel a little bit of a boonk against your armor.
You're too uptight. I'm just trying to loosen the mood, but get back to your figure drawing. I'll be back.
But if Mage Hand is invisible, would you know it was me?
Say anything about being smacked.
Augie's just trying to loosen up Yurei for what's to come.
Good preparation really saves time for everyone.
I'm not gonna do another bleep joke.
Yurei's gonna put the book back.
Okay.
He once again bows to the golem and takes his leave,
Very good.
slipping past Rain.
And then I'm going to wait for an opportune time when I know where Mr. Scratch is, and then I'm just going to whisper that Mr. Yurei was looking at smut in the library, but don't tell anyone.
Okay. And is there anything to be learned from the books that I've been looking through?
Yes, actually.
Oh boy.
So you have now learned more about Vermithrax, and you have learned because you had noted that excuse me, some of the books had notes in Zypher's hand in Draconic that were things for Vermithrax, things like, you know, like, oh, if you're going to do this, just check in with me. That's all I ask. You know, don't set the tapestries on fire. And you also have learned more about how to potentially harness your dragon magic. Because everybody knows kobolds are just tiny dragons.
Well, if you listen to the lore, you know, we were made from the great Curdlemac, who was made from dragons. So okay, I guess I'll find out what else that means later.
Yes. You have more knowledge about Vermithrax himself. Whether or not this is true remains to be seen, but you have learned more things. He's very brash, he's very arrogant, very cocky.
He's a red dragon.
Yeah. Red dragon, and from what you can guess, he's not ancient. He's very old.
He's very old. Okay. Very old. Got it. Where's the... Okay.
All right. We're gonna make our way downtown, walking fast, faces pass, and we're castle bound.
Da 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 da.
All right. Was there any last things in the library, Halstrom, Tamsin, or Kyrius you guys needed to do?
Nope.
No, that was pretty much all that I was after.
Cool.
Not that the time will allow.
Yes,
Also,
oldest
we'll probably send York here later.
Mark folks got their shit.
All right. And so you see a much larger door than you had seen before. A lot of the doors that you'd come across had been very kind of your standard, your basic, your regular wooden doors. This door is much larger, much more ornate, and appears, it's been another large wooden door, and appears to have been embossed and engraved to look like two figures holding two more magical orbs and two books.
I'll be right
One
back
on
real
one
quick.
side, one on the other. How dare you?
My kitten has the zoomies.
Baby Misa is best baby Misa.
Baby Miso is cutest void with yellow eyeballs.
Yes.
She just ran into something. Ah! Tree gums.
I'm back.
All right.
What are you drinking? I heard the pop.
Something fizzy.
Is it delicious?
It is a Monster Reserve orange dreamsicle flavored.
Not sponsored.
Ew.
You don't like orange?
I don't like Monster.
Same.
I don't usually either,
Agreed.
but this is amazing.
Look, I've upped my game. I am now a Celsius aficionado.
You know, Venus brought me some of those today. haven't
Ooh,
drank
my
one yet.
favorite is lime and cucumber. I like to pretend that I get mojitos.
She brought me orange.
Oh, that's a good one too.
I feel like if I wanted orange creamsicle, I could make like an orange and vanilla yogurt pop, like a frozen thing.
Mm.
I think y'all are weird for drinking energy drinks, but that's me.
The last time I had a monster, I shook for no joke like 45 minutes after it was done.
I've
And
drank
my
too much
name's
coffee
not
in my life.
Kyle, so I just really, it's not a lifestyle for me.
But yes, what would you like to do when faced with a door?
Try to open it.
Do
Go
you need
for
to
it.
put Orbeez in the
I
Orbeez?
can't push past people.
I slide through their legs.
Right.
I knock.
You hear a knocking sound and it echoes slightly.
Is it unlocked?
You know, somebody want to try it?
He knocks, and I look fearfully back towards the fucking book golem.
It hasn't even flinched.
Excellent.
It's just looking back at its book, and it's just kind of Rain, you look back and you kind of notice that it's kind of settled back into its corner a little more comfortably.
It's so happy that we're leaving.
Hey, every bookworm knows that feeling when you're just trying to read and somebody comes in and you have to keep your eye on them and you can't actually enjoy what you're reading.
Yeah, how dare you interrupt my time when I'm at work?
This is my me time. But yeah, you knock on the door, you don't hear anything behind it, and the door does not move.
Somebody want to try doorknob?
You can.
I will open the
Right
door.
there.
All right, Kyrie steps up and opens the door, and it opens.
Wow.
And I just walk through it without saying anything to anybody.
Wonderful. Yeah. So Kyrius, the hallway that you step into and the hallway that people can see is another open hallway. It has the same black and purple carpeting that you guys have seen occasionally in the area. There's more of the suits of armor that you've seen. More of these purple glowing stones. And everything is a little on the cooler side over here, but nothing is cold. It's just kind of that feeling in the summertime when a breeze comes by and everything's cooled off for a minute.
Sounds kind of like how today felt here in Ohio.
Yeah, gotta love this August weather. But yeah, otherwise the hallway seems open. Again, a little bit of dust on things. And this area seems undisturbed. There doesn't appear to be that anyone has come through this area in any semblance of any recent history. The air it's cool and it's kind of musty, kind of got that book dust smell to it because you're right next to the library. But otherwise, it's almost completely wide open.
I'm gonna pick up a pebble and throw it at the first armor.
Okay. You do so, and it resonates with a loud ding. And then the suit of armor kind of wobbles before righting itself, but nothing happens.
I don't think they're alive. Well, they might still be alive, but I was trying to test if they were alive, so right now it doesn't look like they're alive.
Can we see the one that's hang on. Can we see click, darn you. Can we see that one from where we are?
Yeah. And it appears to be holding a stone lantern.
I'm gonna
Each-
make a I'm gonna make a side glance at Augie after they throw the pebble, and I'm gonna pull out an arrow and shoot at that one.
Okay. You go ahead and fire, and you hit the. Are you aiming for the lantern or the armor itself?
The armor itself.
Okay. Yeah, you hit it, and it just kind of you all hear the tearing sound of metal on metal.
Oh, hang on, retcon. Sorry, can I use one of the blunted arrows that Scratch gave me before?
Sure.
Good man.
Yeah. So you pull out a regular arrow. You think about it. You change your mind. You pull out the blunted arrow, and you fire at the suit of armor. And again, you guys hear the dull thunk, and then kind of a rattle. As this one, it still stands. It doesn't appear to be alive or anything, and the arrow just kind of bounces off it.
We've been walking past these the whole time. Why are we suddenly getting cautious of them?
That one looks different.
I don't know, I just noticed. I thought maybe we were going a little willy-nilly.
Well, if one moves, rest assured I'll melt it into scrap.
You would think if they were a threat, they would have been eliminated by the not, or they would have eliminated the other kobolds.
I don't know, maybe they had a deal with them. Who knows? Stop questioning my questioning. I mean, if you're so good with them, then you can go.
They do not seem to be automata anyway. Let us proceed.
That doesn't mean they're not magic.
I look at Augie and kind of whisper under my breath. I thought it was a good idea.
Thanks.
So yeah, Halstrom and Rain, you guys walk past the armor sets. One is holding a shield, one is holding a sword, one is holding a book, one is holding a lantern, and one is holding an axe. And they do not move.
Is the book plain, or is there actually stuff etched onto the pages?
It's just nonsense. It's scribbles. It's not actual words.
Oh look, another door.
Shocking.
Someone in this castle had a fetish.
You know, have you ever stopped to wonder about these kind of castles and dungeons? You know, this person who lives here has to go through all this stuff just to get deeper inside. All the orbs, all the keys, all the locked doors. Wouldn't it just be tiring? It's no wonder they move and leave this place like it is. It's so frustrating.
I mean, to
You
be
think
fair,
they
when we
didn't
were-
have like a skeleton key that just bypass all their shit?
If you looked on the top floor, it looked like there was a collapsed hallway, so perhaps it was easier to navigate.
Why didn't you say that when we were up there?
I thought you all knew.
Alstrom, never assume we know anything.
You are correct, that is my error. I will try to rectify that. Primitives.
What was that?
The heck?
Was that a slur? I feel like that should that Alstrom.
I'll get a piece of you. Another one.
What was that?
I said,
That was mighty rude.
yeah, that's what I said.
Is that just a set of stairs that leads into a wall? The heck is this, the Winchester Mansion?
I think they go up.
It's a set of stairs that goes upwards.
Oh god, this is like going through those fucking dungeons in Diablo.
I do believe when the map maker made this map, the wall layer did not want to cooperate with the stair layer.
Alstrom,
Thank you, map maker.
what's this fourth wall bullshit you're pulling?
Map maker, make me a map. Make it have stairs that go nowhere.
It's even more meta because I'm willing to bet that he's the one that made the map.
Exactly.
Also, Kyrie is coming in clutch with a Ghostbusters reference.
Yep, Kyrius, you get a special.
Did Kyrios get inspiration?
Alright. You ramping, you there.
Okay.
My god, go in the room.
I'm in the room.
You were not in the room.
I am in the room currently.
We're now in the room. Let's see. Alright.
As she says to me, you weren't in the room.
Who's on first?
I'll
You know,
start.
No, who's on second?
No. What's on second? Who's on first? And I don't know who's on third.
Right.
You know, I think we could have beat that book golem. I mean, we do have Miss Light Everything on Fire with us.
See, the reason that you would not have wanted to see me fight in that library is because I respect the books too much to set fire to them.
Just a
So you
golem.
wouldn't have seen any fire spells from Rain.
Fire
Okay.
is from rain.
We're missing
Oh,
more
stairs
orbs.
gonna go.
Or did we? Do we have all the marbles?
What
No.
orbs do we need now?
We are currently missing.
I'm sorry, did you whisper too? Did you just, because all I heard was like a little baby toot of
We're still missing 4 of the orbs, if
4.
I am correct.
Yes, for we have not placed the centerpiece yet.
I'm just currently waiting for my roll 22 refresh. Please give me a moment.
Is that
I
so the
believe
stairs can lead somewhere?
It's so that the map isn't ridiculously blurry and you guys can actually see what you're doing.
Oh, I can see
That
fine.
would be appreciated.
You can see what you're doing now.
Just because it's blurry for you, don't mean it's blurry for us.
Map looks fine to me, except for the stairs that don't go anywhere.
I promised to go somewhere. I'm working on it. My gosh, guys, I'm trying.
We say that, but our characters would spend a real life hour trying to figure out how to make stairs work.
I mean, in
Like,
the other
I
campaign,
investigate for a secret button. I investigate for a lever. I investigate to see if any of these bricks were just placed there after this was made and they've been boarded up and now I have to take it down to get through.
in the other campaign, we stared at a wall for how long?
Look, we were in a cellar for a hot second.
Yeah.
It's like the old-timey cartoons. I look for a brick that's slightly different color than the other bricks.
Loading tip: a power attack will always break an opponent's block and cause a stagger.
Those old video game logics where the only animated thing is a brighter color than everything else.
Yeah.
The wall has a different texture to it, and that's how you know that's where you're supposed to put your bomb.
Absolutely.
Yep, little crack.
I actually recently learned in cartoons where you would see something that was slightly different colors because the team that animated the moving things was different than the team that animated the backgrounds, and so there would always be slight differences in the techniques and coloring they used.
Because it was an animation cell.
Yeah,
Right.
and there was also extra cells that were over the background.
I love that. Like, having that knowledge makes me happy.
I think there was an anime that made a joke about that. Don't stand there. That's an animation cell.
And it wasn't it that they continued to stand there and was then surprised when things fell.
Yeah, because the background was animated instead,
Yeah.
so it fell apart.
Well, also, while we're on the topic of animation, you'll notice that the animation styles between Japan and us are completely different because one does really detailed backgrounds and the other does very simple backgrounds, whereas the characters are more detailed. and vice versa.
Yeah, but I love an incredibly detailed hand painted background.
Oh, so do I.
The watercolor backgrounds from Lilo and Stitch,
Yeah.
chef's kiss perfection.
So
Yep.
good.
I found it.
So as you guys are having this conversation while you're walking up this apparently ridiculously long flight of stairs,
You know, when we get those parchments from overseas, you know, the artistry is so much different. Like, they use a different kind of pen than what we use over here.
But yeah, they just have tons of different materials, Mr. Scratch.
That's not fair.
Well, you can go study and learn,
I don't want to go all the way over the ocean.
and that's why our techniques are different because they didn't want to come over here either.
I'm gonna make my own technique.
Are we gonna sell it at Cobalt Cake?
Oh, look, more doors.
Wait, what?
I can't see anything.
You might want to drag us up, or the camera up.
Oh, there we go.
There we were, all the way at the top. Nobody said we were moving locales.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
Yeah,
I need to talk to my.
I mean,
Okami's got a
user.
shift click to pull us all there.
Oh my god, we're suddenly at the top of stairs.
I'm trying to shift the groups.
Hey, those ones look like they're going down.
Mm.
It's amazing how when you're looking up at a set of stairs and looking down at a set of stairs, they look totally different.
That is buck wild.
I'm not invisible. Why am I invisible?
Because you said you were invisible.
You were invisible in the library.
But we weren't in the library anymore.
You didn't say
You
you were
never said.
invisible.
You didn't say Mr. Scratch is not invisible.
I figured it was implied
Don't
since I
even
was
say I
actively
think-
talking to people.
What?
That's okay.
You know this group.
As stepping up the stairs, I go uninvisible.
There we go.
And I start to float a half a centimeter off the ground.
Pick a door, any door. You got two choices.
He notices because it doesn't give you much time.
The captain likes to feel tall.
I'm just floating along the floor like a ghost. Alright, what do we see in this room? Just pillars and lights and...
Pillars,
Things.
lights, rubble, and two doors.
Oh no, the royal line of England?
Who's that? Jimmy Hoffa?
No, Jimmy Hoffa's under my bed.
Whoa. I've got some Teamsters that want to talk to you.
I bet you do.
Anyone else realize that we spent all this way going down and we just went back up for some reason?
We didn't go up that far. I mean, it's not like we went up 87 flights of stairs.
Alright.
Yes, so you
Check.
have door to left and door out front.
Which door?
I vote
first.
side door.
Yeah.
Side door it is.
Now I can see the side door.
Alright.
Scratch
So,
just
yeah.
take captain position behind everybody to be safe.
So yeah, as you walk, it's another regular wooden door like you've seen before.
Good for the door.
I'm very proud of it.
Shall I open this door as well? Oh, looks like Rain's got it.
Might as well. Is it unlocked?
It is in fact unlocked.
Fantastic. I call back that it is a hallway.
Everything in this goddamn castle's a door or a hallway.
That's
what it feels like.
Okay, it's a fucking long hallway. How's that?
That is slightly different, but it does end in a door.
That's a very long
does.
hallway. Holy crap.
This feels important, right? Like only important things are at an end of a long hallway.
Or scary things.
This hallway is well over 100 feet long.
This hallway makes me want to launch a fireball.
What? Why would it want to make you want to do that?
That doesn't
For the lulz.
a good idea. I mean, it doesn't seem like a terrible idea, but it definitely don't seem like a good idea.
Rain, before you go any forward, perhaps I should search for traps?
Before you do that, Yurei, everybody roll me a scent-based perception check.
That is alarmingly specific.
Is that different than a regular perception check?
No, it's a regular perception check. It's just, instead of looking for something, it's just what you're smelling.
Halstrom would not be able to
Sniff,
because
sniff.
he currently disabled his scent processor.
Yeah, so Halstrom can't make this check. Sometimes you'll get something that'll give you a benefit or certain things to different checks, but it just falls under perception.
Sniff, sniff.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Scratch, sniff.
So Scratch, you're the first one to smell it, and you smell fresh water down all the way at the end of the hallway.
Yes, I smell that.
Yurei and Agi, you smell it afterwards, and you also smell fresh water.
It smells like clean water?
Yeah.
You would think it got stagnant after all these hundreds of years.
And Kyrius and Rain, then you're both able to smell it as well.
It could be
I
an
mean,
underground
should we-
spring.
That is true.
Yeah, if it's flowing water, it wouldn't get stagnant.
That is true. Didn't hear it. Don't hear. I'm gonna make a hearing-based perception check to see if I hear flowing water.
Go for it.
Rain has no fear of drowning. Onward!
Do I hear the sound of flowing water?
You don't hear the sound of flowing water, but you hear something else. You hear the sound of claws on stone.
Which side?
Down towards the way you guys have been coming.
There. Careful now. Sounds more like more kobolds.
Mm.
Perhaps our grand champion should go first then.
Oh, I have to make myself look. Hold on. Disguise self. Bada boom, bada bang. I'm a dragon.
Then again, are these kobolds really much of a challenge? Haven't we unalived like 3 of them with very little problem?
Rain, you can say kill. None of us have clean hands.
Augie's like, how dare you? I wash my hands all the time.
Metaphorically, Augie. Metaphorically.
Okay. Have we not brutally murdered 3 kobolds with relative ease thus far?
I mean, I did.
Yeah, when Yuri's around, we don't get to do anything.
I cannot
know.
help that I am an efficient killer.
I think that I get to set things on fire a rather satisfactory amount of times.
Yours is magical, mine is technological based.
And I never get to fight. So,
Be faster.
okay.
a skill issue.
flat out just knock you upside the.
Can I make a dexterity save?
Depends. Is Augie actually going to hit you?
With the equivalent intent of his mage hand earlier.
Go for it.
Yurei basically said, "Get good."
Correct. Guess I'll make my dex save.
Yeah. Augie, you wanna give me a strength for a hit?
I guess. Strength check.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yeah, your heart's not really in it, so you just kind of go to give Yurei like a little bit of a smack, and he just easily dodges.
I didn't take you to be so much of a dick, Mr. Urey.
Apologies, it was meant to be more playful.
Ooh, your delivery needs work, buddy.
Comes with the mask, unfortunately.
I don't think that's the problem, but we'll talk about it later.
Oh wait, you were supposed to come through first anyways.
Well,
Why am I ahead?
can we open the door?
It's always a noble effort to try to make sure that your party members come first.
Someone just check the handle, please.
Check the handle.
It is unlocked.
Oh my god, who
That's
thought?
that's an obstacle course.
Shut the fuck up, Yurei. Let me set the scene. I will mute you. I have that power.
Oh no.
I'll put you in gay baby jail.
I don't know
So-
what that is, but I'm intrigued.
So yes, Augie, as you open the door, the first thing you see is a rather large set of obstacles over a rather large looking pool of crystal clear water.
The fuck?
Mr. Scratch, do kobolds not like water? Oh, right, you don't like baths. That makes sense.
Well,
As
I
a
mean,
deterrent.
That might just be a scratch thing, though.
Oh, that's. I should not generalize. You are right, Kyrius. I apologize, Mr. Scratch. But you don't like water.
So, as you guys are having this discussion, you hear from farther down the way, and Augie, Rain, and Kyrace, you can all see it. There was a kobold down at the end of the hallway by what appears to be a start position who is yelling in Draconic at someone who, as you look over, you see another kobold scamper up one of the obstacles and is making its way over towards one of the other ones. And for anyone in this area that speaks Draconic, this is language that you typically only hear from Scratch.
Oh, they angy.
They so angy.
That was Yude in character.
Can we
Saying
make
that.
out why they so angry?
I love that Yude in character goes, "Oh no, they angy."
Can I have a little comedy as a treat? Perhaps we can ask the one at the start position.
Sure. Let's approach. Big bad dragon walking.
Okay.
Bottom.
Just imagining Bowser's theme playing in the background for Augie.
Okay. So you guys make your way over, and the kobold is gesticulating wildly, and is trying to encourage, I say, with only mild sarcasm, the other kobold to do it, to jump, to do it, and the other one is shouting back that if he's so confident, why doesn't he come do it himself? To which the other one replies, I'm in charge here, you do what I say.
Who are you to be in charge?
And it whips its head over, looks at you, screams,
Thanks for the sub.
and seemingly backs into the wall and disappears.
Bye.
Okay. I wave over to the one that's mid-obstacle.
And it looks over at you, and you see it is like attached to this stone platform. Its claws are dug into the side. It's just kind of looking over at you with its little beady eyes, and it's just kind of staring at you.
What you doing?
I'm attempting to pass the obstacle course for the glory of the great master.
And why?
To collect the great dragon treasure.
Great
Once
dragon
all
treasure.
have been collected, the great master will be freed.
I think I can pass that.
Oh,
I would very much like
go for it, my little kobold representative.
What was that? Looks at Kyrius.
Dragon treasure.
I would like to try this obstacle course.
We each
God.
give it a go one at a time.
God has not spoken.
God
I'm
is
worried.
God is eagerly waiting for what Scratch is going to do.
Oh, Scratch is looking over the course. We're going to investigate it for a moment. Looking for the
Okay.
proper path.
I mean, from what you can tell, there's really only one path forward.
Okay. And then going to reach under our belt and find a bit of very, very condensed, very bitter, very wonderful coffee. And we're going to drink it real quick.
Okay.
And then we're going to use the cloak to pass fly, and we're going to run the course.
Okay.
Cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater.
I was gonna do the same thing.
So, Scratch, you drink down the coffee, and as you cast fly on the cloak, you get about here, and suddenly you are dropped into the water with a loud splash.
Oh, no, I didn't. No, I would follow the line.
Oh, you-
Fly is just there as a backup.
Oh, okay, you're following the line. Okay, give me dex check. Give me dex. Give me a jumpy check for this.
Athletics.
I have advantage. Can I get advantage on the dex?
Yeah, you got advantage with haste.
Okay. Dex check with advantage. Show me money.
21. Yeah. So you're doing pretty good. through the obstacles. You pass the first one, hopping from stone to stone pretty easily, pretty efficiently. And you're able to get here with no problems.
Still hasted.
I'm more. Give me another dex.
And money.
Okay, so with this one, you do good until you get about here, and then you kind of wobble a little bit, but you are still able to make it across the beam.
Okay.
Kyrius, what are you thinking?
So we retconned that he didn't fly over the rocks and got dropped in the water, right?
Correct.
Okay. In that case, Kyrius does not know what would have happened to him had he done that. So Kyrius is going to cast Misty Step and try to get right to that first. Hang on.
You trying to get here?
Yes, I don't know why I'm having so much trouble clicking tonight, but yes.
Okay. So yeah, we'll put you there. Yeah, that's your starting position. And so, as you attempt to Misty Step across, you get about here before you are dropped in the water, as if you had hit an invisible barrier, and you land in the water with a loud splash. And you are teleported back to the start line as a loud voice, sounding very much like a very young Zypher, goes, "No, no, no. No cheating."
No, no, no.
No,
You didn't
no,
say
no.
the magic word.
No cheating.
Not cheating, it's using the abilities at my disposal, but okay.
Can I fly across if I don't use the start point?
Can sure try.
I'll take that as a no.
Can I go ahead and try to do it the right way and see how I get through this first obstacle?
Go for it. We'll get you through the first obstacle, and then Scratch will have you continue. Having heard the loud splash and probably turned to see Kyrius.
Oh, no. No.
No?
You're looking a little wet there, buddy.
I hate that I'm on paper, I am so good at this kind of stuff, and then I freaking roll.
Same, bro.
I shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry, but I shouldn't laugh.
Should let him use acrobatics.
You know what? I will go ahead and use your acrobatics for this one, Kyrius.
It'll be fucking worse, watch.
There you go.
There we go.
Very nice.
So your first try, you take a step back and you go to make a running start, and you kind of stop yourself just at the edge. And you kind of back up. You breathe. And you're able to get from stone to stone, getting pretty good momentum and keeping your momentum until you land on the platform. You are still dripping, by the way, but you know. Now it's a fashion statement.
Love that for you.
I will yell back. I'm not sure if magic doesn't work, but I tried to Misty Step and you all saw what happened, so keep that in mind.
Good to know. I'm gonna wait for Iris to be free of the platform. Oop.
If I use my broom to steady myself, can I get advantage on dexterity?
So how are you using to excuse me. How are you using your broom to steady yourself?
So I'm gonna have it fly, and I'm just gonna hold on to it with like one hand. So I'm still gonna like jump across.
Okay. I don't know about advantage, but I can definitely give you a bonus.
Okay.
So you want to go ahead and try it out?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're definitely a little wobbly on it, but you are able to get across, and you managed to steady yourself on your broom on a couple of the more dangerous points, but you are able to make it over.
Ta-da!
All right, Scratch.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do?
Keep going.
Going? Okay. So before you is a set of seemingly harmless stairs.
I mean, just gonna run and like do a jump to skip as many of the stairs as I can.
Okay. Yeah, so you're able to. I mean, it's a set of stairs. They're larger stairs because they are more elvish, but
Okay.
and yeah, you're able to get up the stairs just fine. And there's the kobold is there, still just like attached to the side, not moving. And it's just kind of sitting there, like watching you guys, not saying anything, it's just watching.
Out of the way. Captain, coming through. I'm assuming this is a rope with things spinning around on either side, like Wipeout.
It is indeed.
Okay. Let's do this with speed.
All right, give me an acrobatics. I was still hoping you failed.
Nice.
Yeah, you're able to get through it. I'm even gonna let you flourish this because you critted on that.
So instead of like grabbing onto the rope and doing the military climb across, Scratch, being as small as he is, jumps up and walks the tightrope along, jumping over the sticks as they come and ducking under other ones, and he even does like a little slide at the end like Fred Flintstone onto the platform on the other side.
Nice.
Cape whipping behind him as he does.
Ta-da!
Whoops, I grabbed the wrong one. Okay. Oh, this is just sidestepping.
All right, Kyrius.
I'm gonna keep going. So do I have to roll to get over this plank or what?
Yes, go ahead and give me dexterity for this one, just base dexterity.
Woo!
You know what? Again, you guys keep critting on these. Just go ahead and give me a flourish. How do you elegantly skate across this rickety wooden plank?
I run across it like it's actually 25 feet wide. Like nothing at all about it bothers me. I'm Legolas in human form, just moving across this little plank.
Very good. All right. Rain. Okay, get him out now. Get him out now.
Oh,
They're
it's
all
not,
where all the crits are going.
It's
it's
wrong
not gonna
crits
be
are going.
me for sure.
You guys seem to got this.
Yuta is just watching.
Yep.
Okay. Scratch.
Uh-huh.
Give me acrobatics. Okay. You're not quite as flawless as you were with your previous obstacle. These are a little slick because water. But yeah, you're able to hop across these posts relatively easily.
Next.
Right. What you thinking there, Carius?
I'm gonna go up the stairs and over to the rope thing.
All right. Yes. So you get over here, and this kobold is just like clinging to the side, like staring down at the water, like watching you guys. He doesn't appear to have moved in all the times that you guys have seen him. He's just like attached to this, just scared out of his mind.
I say nothing to him.
Okay. Give me acrobatics, please.
Ooh.
Okay. So Carius, you had seen Scratch do this one pretty easily, and you get a couple steps in, and you are boffed in the side, and you are knocked down into the water. Make a dexterity save for me.
Are you kidding me?
Oof.
Had to come sometime.
Glad you guys got your 20s out then. So yes, Kairos, you're knocked into the water, and you do manage to avoid the spikes that are in the water, because as you land in the water, you kind of feel something start to like press into your leg, but you manage to move just enough to where you don't take any damage.
Oh, those are spikes.
Yes, they are spikes.
With a 10, I avoided them. Cool. I'm happy about that.
That's an easy DC.
Would you rather take the damage?
No, ma'am. I'm just surprised. That's all I'm saying.
Look, I'm trying to not impale you guys on these. I mean, if you'd rather I make these DCs harder, I will. I will happily make them harder.
Yeah, come at us, Molly the Impaler.
No.
I'm not going to do what I want to do. I'm not going to do it.
I
I'm
was
going
gonna
to
say, is that another?
I just want to be clear. They said that, not me. So.
But yes, Kyrius, you are teleported back to the previous obstacle.
So close.
Are we just gonna watch until everybody gets across, or can we start, or?
I have no idea if we all have to cross, because I highly doubt the Metal Man is making a cross.
I highly doubt it.
Man, I would pay to see that struggle bus.
I think, if anything, he would short circuit if he fell in the water.
Oh no, that would be bad.
He's been in the water before. I almost dropped a boat on him.
I have been to oceanic worlds. I am quite safe for water travel. Goddamn Fort Worth, Lemuria.
All right. Rain, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, so I'm gonna hold the broom above my head and have it fly so that I can, like, twist if I need to.
Okay. Go ahead and give me... that'll be a acrobatics. Okay. So yeah, you make it till about here, and go ahead and give me a dex save.
The heck?
The heck?
That's what I said.
Wild. Unfortunately, you are knocked into the water.
Even holding on to my broom.
Yes. Because it catches you kind of off guard because you had gotten so far without taking any hits. and then just as you're about to it gets you from the back, and you are knocked off the rope. But you don't fall into the water, or you do fall in the water, but it's like your toes fall in the water because you're holding the broom.
So can I just float back up?
As you start to, you guys hear again, no, 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 no cheating. And you are zorked back to where you were with Kyrius.
Well, now there's no damn room on the platform.
You can stand on the last rock.
Do you want to go, Augie, or can I give it an attempt?
Oh no, you go before me, absolutely. Age before beauty.
I'm going to make my acrobatics then.
I thought you were
I
about
have
to
plenty in
say,
spades.
I am offended.
Yurei, you actually struggle with this just a little bit.
Caught off guard by Augie's comment.
But you're able to make it to behind Rain. You have a couple near misses, but you do manage to land safely. All right, let's pass over to Scratch real quick. Scratch.
Ah.
I need 2 checks from you.
Ah.
I need a Strength and a Constitution.
Oh.
On?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is a cargo net that you're climbing, and you are climbing it. It's at a little bit of an Those
Incline?
are words. Thank you. That's the word. That was words. That was wild. But yeah, this cargo net is at a little bit of an incline. And so you actually are having to pull your body weight along, and the Constitution is for how well you're able to do it and maneuver your body this way. And you're able to pretty well. You have the endurance to last.
I'm a little dragon, of course.
And you're able to make it across. And as soon as you make it across, you hear a loud dong. And a bolt slides. And a loud thunk. And everyone hears that.
Maybe I had to get across to open the door.
I think that seems to be the case.
Do you think magic works now?
You can try.
Probably not.
Not stopping you.
It seems you only go back to the last obstacle, so worst case scenario is I would just come right back here. Is it my turn, Molly?
It's your turn.
I'm going to cast Misty Step. I'm going to try to go right there.
Okay. You get about here, hit an invisible wall, land in the water.
It's funny because what I imagine happening is because like Misty Step, you're just enveloped in the mist, you disappear, you reappear at the other spot. So I'm not actually like floating across hitting the wall. I'm actually like disappearing from the rock, reappearing over the water, just falling in.
Pretty much. Little bit of Looney Tunes going on. And then once again you hear, no, no, no. No cheating. And you are dropped back in front of Rain.
Magic still doesn't work.
The only thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot Tiny Zypher just like a little bit of a dirty look.
He has a tiny box of popcorn. He's just enjoying watching you guys struggle.
Okay. Can I try to get over the plank?
Yeah, go for it. That'll be dexterity. All right, yes. It wasn't quite as easy as last time, just because the plank is a little more slick because, you're wet. But yes, you are able to make it over just fine.
Okay. I was really hoping that, like, when Scratch got to the other end, like, a panel would open, or like some of the blocks underneath would like raise up to like
to finish the course and make it easy.
you know, like
harder instead the more people clear.
Like a Zelda game, like when you click the switch and then like suddenly there's a floor that raises up for you.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Thank you.
Harumph.
Scratch looks behind him. What's taking you guys so long? Come on, it's a cobalt course.
There's a traffic jam, Mr. Scratch.
Probably why you did so well on it, because it's a kobold course.
I actually don't think it's a kobold course.
I do believe this might be trainees for Ryland's troops.
Nope, absolutely. It's a kobold course. That's why we can't do it. That's my story.
Well, while they're
Using...
I'm sorry. Well, real quick, while they're on their way over, I'm going to drop haste so I can just kind of sit here and take my 6 seconds of being exhausted for a second.
Yes, and on these shelves, Scratch, you see various notes with what have apparently various time slots and what appear to be successes and fails.
Oh, they're not magical. Do they keep track automatically?
You do notice that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new tallies on there. 1 has finished, 4 are still going. 1 shows 3, 1 shows 1, 1 shows 0, and 1 shows a pause in the timer.
Okay.
All right, Curious, buddy, my friend.
Oh, I think Rain rolled. Doesn't she get to try to come across?
Yeah, it's Rain
Yes.
first.
I'm sorry, I didn't notice that she rolled. Yes, Rain, you are able to get across, but again, the plank is slick, and you stumble and slip a couple times, but you do manage to make it over.
Thank goodness for my broom.
Yes, broom is the only reason you made it.
Since this is a matter of balancing, can I just do acrobatics?
You can give me dexterity.
I think it's the whole point. Acrobatics. Attempt to stay on your feet in sticky situations. Attempt to cross running sheets of ice or balance on a tightrope.
I'm aware.
Don't worry, the next one's a tightrope.
It is a tightrope.
I am aware of what acrobatics is used for. I have asked you for dexterity. Yes, you're fine.
Gosh, why you complaining? I gotta go now.
I mean, you don't have to. You can keep watching.
I believe in you, Augie.
I don't believe in me, but what do I need to roll?
For your first jump, you need to give me an acrobatics.
Who?
How would that work in heavy armor?
Shut up. Is it? Look, I'm also gonna challenge and say, isn't jumping athletics based, but
She's not wrong.
It could be.
Or they're not wrong.
They are small platforms, though.
shut up. Argue on your own. Roll. I don't need a backseat DM from you as well.
Well, Augie, good news. You do, in fact, make it over.
Is it stylish?
It's pretty stylish. It's not, it's not perfect, but I mean, it's pretty
Are my
stylish.
toes pretty twinkly?
You got some decent twinkles going on.
Thank you. That's all that matters.
You hear a chunk, chunk at every rock.
Yes, there is a loud ka-thunk, ka-thunk, ka-thunk.
Leather boots. Y'all need to hold off on making me sound like a fucking boulder made of galvanized metal.
What's your armor made out of?
Well, yeah, the rest of your armor is like heavy armor, though, right?
I don't even know.
Your boots are light. Your armor is loud.
I wear chainmail.
Okay, so it's more of a clinky.
Yeah. I sound like coins in a goddamn well.
All right, who's up next?
I guess it's back to me.
It is in fact back to you. Your favorite obstacle.
I'm gonna run up here past my little kobold friend again.
Still, you've noticed at this point he's kind of moved off to the side and is actually like a little bit further over and just kind of sitting there watching you guys.
We've made it pretty clear that we're not trying to attack him.
Yeah.
Still say nothing to him as I go by. And this one is an acrobatics one, right?
Yes.
Come on. Woo!
Yay! Yes, having learned from your previous mistakes, you are able to expertly duck and dodge around, and you're able to make it to the other side without getting smacked by anything. And I'm going to go ahead and have you go again, Kyrius, just because we do have a couple people behind you.
What is this, dexterity or acrobatics?
This one is also acrobatics.
It doesn't matter for me. They're both +4.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't really too worried.
Nice.
So, maintaining your momentum from your last obstacle, you are very light-footed as you're able to cross these steps with very little difficulty.
All right.
All right, Rain. Acrobatics, please.
Yes.
Nice.
Flourish it.
Let's see. So I'm going to this time not even use the broom. So I'm just gonna leave it there. And then the first arm that comes swinging for me, I'm actually gonna step up on it and then jump from top to top.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
And then I'll summon the broom.
Very good. All right, and I will also have you go ahead and do the second obstacle, or the second to last.
Nice.
Yeah, you make it across again. Not quite as expertly perfect, but you're able to maintain your momentum, and you're able to run along. Your foot's only slipping a little bit on the last obstacle. All right, Yude,
All right.
give me that acrobatics. Show me big numbers.
Moderate number.
Hey, it's a good number. That's a good number. With your fucking +10. So this is familiar to you, actually. You have trained with these kinds of things before. This is very familiar, and you're able to dip, and even on the tightrope, you're able to dip and duck and dodge around, and you're able to make it over with no problem.
Almost nostalgic.
Almost nostalgic. Augie,
Yeah.
give me a dexterity, please.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Not good at dexterous things, y'all. I don't know if you know that, okay?
Augie, you get about halfway, and you unfortunately slip off and fall in the water and land back at the beginning.
Augie, use your arms. Do like the cat crawl. Hug the board. Scoot across.
That sounds hella embarrassing.
Baby steps.
Sure.
All right, Kyrius. I need a strength and a constitution.
Oh,
So, as you grip onto this cargo net, you very much feel like you're very aware of the weight of your own body as you start to pull up, and you start to pull a few rings up, and you can't hold on, and you slide backwards. I won't dump you in the water again, I promise.
Oh, thank goodness. This is the one I was not looking forward to.
All right, well, Rain, do you want to go? So I need a strength and a con. Okay.
That's so much better than I thought it was gonna be. Like, even the like lower half.
Fair enough. So yeah, you are able to you kind of slip around Kyrius, and you're able to get on, and you become very aware and conscious of your own weight, but you're able to distribute it a little more easily, and you're able to make it across. And Scratch, once Rain crosses the barrier here, you see another one of the timers stop. All right, Yude.
All right.
The real main event is gonna be Salt and Hellstrom.
Ow!
Ooh,
That's a bad roll.
That's a bad roll. So yeah, you get about a third of the way across, and these are different than the blocks that you've had at your house, at your home, your training ground before. You miss. Your foot is misplaced. You slide down, land in the water.
Can I make a dex save to try to regain my footing?
Nope. You land in the water and are put back at the beginning of that obstacle.
I'm gonna try again.
You're gonna wait for Augie.
These aren't the types of obstacles that we had at our house.
This isn't like my training ground at home. This is fun.
No, this isn't the one that Mumsy and Daddy put in for me.
Augie, give me another dexterity, please.
Oh no.
Yay! You were able to make it over.
Oh my
little-
gosh.
Little wobbly, but you had taken Yude's advice. You kind of hunker down, lower center of gravity, and you manage to scoot your way along. Kyrius. Strength of power. Okay, so you get further along in the net. You get about here, and you can feel your arms starting to give out, but you manage to brace yourself against the net to where you can rest. But you don't fall backwards.
Okay.
All right. Yude.
Watch us fail again, baby. God, I've been rolling low today.
You don't fail, but it's kind of an ugly pass.
it's actually really weird to see you roll so low.
Yeah.
I'm cursed for this.
Welcome.
I stole all of his good luck for that strength and constitution rolls.
You guys stole all of my luck for those 20s.
Literally for everything.
All right, Augie.
Oh yes.
You make it up the steps. You see the
Mhm.
kobold, who's
Mhm.
he's just kind of watching you guys, and he's just kind of like he's just watching. He's kind of oh,
Some of you are really good at this. Some of you kind of suck.
My foot and I kick him backwards into the water.
put him into the water.
That was rude as hell.
He falls into the water, splashing and sputtering. You see him zorped back over here. Scratch, you hear this kobold cursing and screaming, and is insinuating very not nice things about Augi's mother.
Augie, you don't want to know what he just said.
Well, considering I thought my mama was dead, I shouldn't know what he said. Because I would probably then smush him.
All right, Augie, go ahead and give me an acrobatics.
You're back.
If Augie understood what he was saying, they would purposefully step off the ledge just so they could land on top of him and squash him.
I have to leave, and I just rolled a natural one.
Oh no.
Because
Well-
everybody else took the 20s, and the algorithm absolutely hates me as a person.
That's some Mia luck right there.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. It's not.
So Augie, you get a couple steps in. You're a little ways up. The machine, it comes up behind you. It hits you, knocks you off into the spikes. You unfortunately are going to take damage, and you are sent all the way back to the beginning.
Rip.
Fucking bitch. I'm gonna burn this obstacle course to the ground.
Since they have to go, can we roll like a d20 just to see how long it takes them to actually make it over?
Wow.
No, you should roll a percentile and call it minutes.
What is that noise?
Oh my god, it takes me 2 hours.
I was gonna say a d12, and that's how many hours it takes.
Shut up. Oh my god, this sucks. I'm retiring Augie. They are not doing so well.
We'll go with the D100. There you go, Augie.
11 tries.
Takes
That
you 11
hour?
No, that's tries. It only takes you 11 more tries, and you get over.
I'm being really punished here.
I'm kidding. No, it takes you like 11 minutes to figure it out. But you do manage to make it over. You are sopping wet, but you successfully managed to make it over. You dramatically, I'm gonna give you this one. You dramatically heave. You get to the cargo net, and you have dramatically heaved yourself up that thing, and you are just plump. But you are now at the end of the obstacle course.
Yay, good job, Augie. Good job.
Hey, Augie.
Don't not one of you. One, don't look me in the eyes because I might sear into your soul. But two, I'll be damned if y'all pity pat me a second time.
No, I'm really proud of you. Why?
I will throw you into the water,
Wait.
and I'll add soap. It is not nice to make fun of your party's struggle weakness.
I agree. I expected you over here sooner.
Wow.
You're still on the net.
I mean, I think I feel like
Annihilation bubble.
we're feeling like you're kind of retconning here. They got over here in 11 minutes. I think I would have been off the net by then.
Yeah, so
Do you? Because it took me 11 minutes, so you might still be on that fucking net. And not only are you still on the fucking net, I done knocked you off it on my way over.
So what you're saying is nobody here wins. If we say good things about you, you get angry. If we tell you the truth, you get angry.
Augie's in a mood.
Speaking of, Kyrie, do you want to give me your strength and your con again?
Sure. I want what Kyria said to be canon, though. So if they want to throw me in the water afterward, that's fair.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, you get to the end, and you have the strength to haul yourself up, but it's a little bit of a rough climb. All right, Yude. Strength and dex, strength and con. I can't count. I can't read.
Might I be? Can I use my grappling hand to at least help assist me maintaining onto the net?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Strength is my worst thing, but I have athletics for climbing. This sucks.
That is a strength save. I need a strength check.
They're the same.
Do you want the opportunity for a reroll or not?
There. Oh, and a
Oh.
con.
Yes, con please. There's where your high rolls went.
There they are.
So yes, you are able to kind of watch Kyrius a little bit, and you're able to use your grappling hand, and it's a tough climb, but you are able to get up in one try, and you just kind of it's hard. It was a tough climb, but you managed to make it up no problem. And then a little while later, Augie comes up behind you guys. Good night, Augie.
Those
You
ropes
did
felt
great.
oiled. Night. Were those ropes oiled? Felt harder than trying to scale a building.
I did something and now I cannot see.
Where are you?
Where'd you go?
Did you delete your token by accident?
I don't know.
I think you might have. Hang on. You disappeared.
I was only backspacing what I was writing in the chat, and then suddenly I couldn't see.
There you go.
You backspaced too far and backspaced your existence.
I backspaced myself out of existence.
All right. So yes, there are 5 of you across the obstacle course now.
Rain just saying she backspaced herself out of existence made me think about the fact that when we first got in, there was a second kobold who backed into the wall and just disappeared, and none of us investigated that. We were just like, I want to do this obstacle course.
I was kind of waiting for somebody, but you guys just breezed past it.
I mean,
That was a completely natural occurrence. I don't know what you're talking about.
The kobolds have been shown to do that before.
I just heard
Okay.
dragon treasure and I wanted it.
I'm gonna take a seat.
Are we going to ignore the fact that in the Twitch chat, Gamma tried to drug Augie?
Offers Aki.
Okay. All right. So do you guys want to press forward, wait for Hellstrom, wait for Salt?
Oh, I definitely want to see their rolls across.
Halstrom would his weight would literally destroy the rope. Do not make me attempt. I do not wish to destroy the obstacle course by accident.
So do we press on without them?
I believe in you guys.
Kyrius just looks to Scratch for what he wants to do.
Well, I mean, I can let Salt attempt. His dex isn't bad. Yeah, it is.
Gee.
Rip.
Yeah, never mind. I mean, how long would it take him to get across, really?
So Salt attempts the first obstacle, doesn't make the first jump, and just nope. He refuses. He goes and sits by Halstrom.
Alstrom is going to tend to Salt. It is bad to get water in your gears. Let me fix that.
Salt just nods.
Okay, then.
All right.
Guess that's that.
To the door we go then.
I'll be just a moment. All right, I have returned.
Welcome back.
Yes. So, making your way over to the door. I heard that was the next plan.
As far as I was aware, yes. Just let's not all scramble at once to open the door now.
All right.
I'm the captain. I just watch. I'm not
Right.
in any kind of rush.
Yeah, you open the door, Rain, and it opens very smoothly. And as you walk in, the room is rather uneventful. There appears to be some training gear. There appears to be some old logs, and there appears to be a chest.
Guys, I don't think we're all gonna fit in here. I'm going to open the chest.
All right. You open the chest, and inside you see a small blue orb.
Of course, this is the fucking water one.
But I couldn't make the water temple too easy.
Pick it up.
All right. And yeah, you feel your magic kind of react with this one. Your fire is it swells a little bit, almost trying to combat the energy of this one, but it's also very soothing, like you're standing by the ocean.
Cool. I slip it in my bag. First, I show it to the others, and then I'll slip it in my bag.
All right.
There's some random stuff in there if you all want to look at it.
Random like what?
Some old logs, maybe, some training equipment. Nothing super special. Was the orb the only thing in the chest, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's it.
I was promised dragon treasure.
I'm pretty sure that's the orb. And with saying that, I am going to turn and dramatically swan dive off of the ledge. Because I'll be damned if I'm gonna go back through that fucking obstacle course.
I'll go through the obstacle course with some flair.
Does it take me back to the beginning?
You just dive off into the water.
Yes.
Okay. As you go to dive off, do you like how do you dive? Are you just like going feet first, head first?
No, I'm gonna go like hands first. Yes, I am diving head first.
Swan dive.
Right, I need you to make me a Constitution save.
God damn it! There's an invisible fucking wall, isn't there? Can't make anything easy.
Actually, I lied. Don't make that roll yet. Make a Dexterity save. Okay. So as you dive off head first, you for an instant your hands touch something firm on the floor, and you manage to flip yourself to where you don't land on the hard wall, but you are now sitting about a foot above the water.
So I just kind of do like a tuck and roll.
Yeah, you kind of, it's a messy tuck and roll, but it's a tuck and roll. You take a little bit of damage. It's not anything that I'm going to worry about taking off your health, because it's more like...
Bruises.
Yeah, bruises and bumps. It's not anything that would be too severe. But yeah, you tuck and roll. It's kind of, like I said, it's kind of a messy tuck and roll, but you do... And you are standing on what seems to be a solid platform above the water.
With a very sour expression, I'm just gonna like feel my way along.
Everywhere you touch appears to be the completely hard surface. You don't find any edges, you don't find any dips or gaps. It's a perfectly level, smooth surface.
Can I make it all the way back across?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right. Yurei, you wanted to run the obstacle course again.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use my grappling hook to kind of get past the rope. At
Okay.
least help to.
Okay. Give me a strength, give me a con.
Are we going down the rope this time or up the rope? Because I feel like it'd be easier to go down it.
You are going down, and trust me, roll, please.
That's again a save. I keep hitting save by accident.
I do the same thing.
What is the yelling timber?
Okay. Yeah, you managed to make it across just fine. You don't feel any weird resistances. You don't feel any weird weight. You just feel like you walked, kind of like weirdly climbed just a very gentle downhill slope.
Sweet. Gotta get past these. Apparently these little stepping boards are the bane of my existence.
Okay, give me an acrobatics. It's perfectly fine. You feel like you're walking on a completely level, smooth surface.
Oh, I'm gonna it sounds like I'm just gonna put my foot like right over the ledge, see how it feels.
It feels like a completely level, smooth surface.
As I go walking past him just along the side there.
Yeah, Rain, as you're doing this unit, you see Rain just kind of walk past.
Just like make eye contact with him.
Okay, guess we're just walking.
Yeah. And so as you step off the platform, there's a little bit of a drop, but you wind up on a smooth, hard platform, and you are able to walk across.
Can't imagine what the kobold is thinking.
What is the kobold thinking?
I don't know, DM.
What is the kobold thinking?
He is now very confused and concerned. And so he just kind of like leans over the edge and just kind of like falls off, lands on the hard surface, just kind of scampers back towards you guys, doesn't say a word, and just rushes past.
Bye.
I thought we meant our kobold.
Oh, no.
I just want to grab Augie and dimension door to the other side.
Okay. Easy peasy. You make it over, no problem.
Even after seeing everybody else walk across fine, I'm still gonna like test it with my toe first before I walk.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of a drop. It's only a couple feet, but you do feel resistance against the tips of your toes, and it feels like a hard surface. And you are able to walk across just fine. Yay! Congratulations, players!
Did we level up?
No.
Are we still 10, by the way?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, make sure I didn't miss something.
No. All right. So, do you guys want to continue, or do we want to go ahead and call it since we're down a few people?
I was about to leave anyway, so just
There we go.
as you're making that decision.
Then I say let's go ahead and call it.
Sounds good to me.
And make sure to keep an eye on Twitter for updates regarding upcoming sessions. August is kind of a weird month for us. We will probably not have a session on the 20th just because I will be out of town with our dear Masaru / Halstrom / the God Emperor of Mankind. And we probably, like I said, we probably won't have a session. If we do, it'll probably be something a little lighter, but just keep an eye out for that and we'll go from there. And I'll pass it back over to our favorite Eldritch Feline.
Okay then. Yeah, so yeah, check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, well, X now, not Twitter. Here on Twitch,
It's still Twitter.
Discord, and TikTok. And if you feel like we entertained you and you feel a little generous, go down below and give Duo a little bit of a tip for their dice addiction. Helps us all here and pays for art and graphics and all kinds of other stuff. And
Oh, and if I may put out one little thing real quick, do me.
Yes.
When this episode airs on YouTube, everyone make sure go give our wonderful players some likes and comments for surviving this ridiculous obstacle course. Make sure to show them some love for all their valiant efforts.
Yes, of course. And no better place to do that than on Discord.
That too.
And in the comment section. Like, subscribe, follow, notification bells, all the things on all the platforms. And remember, there are 20 sides to every story. Roll for yours. Have a good night, guys.